Hi, my name is Diane Owino. Have you wondered what it takes to overcome a big challenge and an obstacle the size of a mountain? Many people are currently facing financial, health, family, and academic challenges. In this video, I will share with you how to overcome any large challenge and climb to the mountaintop of achievement where victory is sweet and you feel happy with your life. Just yesterday, I was celebrating my graduation and reminiscing all the journey to this graduation made me think about this presentation. Reading the Bible, there are men who were sent to spy out a land. This was the land of Canaan. And some of them brought a report in Numbers 13, verse 27, and said that surely the land flows with milk and honey. And this is the fruit of it. They carried evidence of the fruit. Now, a lot of the times when we look at life, you notice that there are good things in life. We give a good report of certain things, but there's always that single but. Like these people always had a but. They had a but that said, the people who live there are powerful, the cities are fortified and very large. We even saw the descendants of Anak there. We saw giants. Now, in everything, as we approach life, there is always a big challenge as we are looking at a big thing. For example, in my graduation, or just as I was going through school before the graduation, I remember going through certain challenges. One, just as I was joining, the school fee was tripled and I could not afford it. I also thought, maybe I'm too young in the profession. Maybe it's not yet time to join a master's or specialize just yet. And while I was there, I faced various challenges. I was working as well as going to school. And there's the usual challenge of trying to finish your dissertation on time. And through all that, at some point, I felt like, should I just quit? Should I defer? But somehow, God provides a way to deal with challenges. And this is what I'd want to share with you. In life, there will always be a good report and a bad report. The report sometimes may threaten us to think that some challenges are insurmountable. But I would want us to think like Caleb. When Caleb came back, while others delivered a bad report, Caleb silenced the people before Moses and said, we should go up and take possession of the land, for we can certainly do it. Just like today, I'd want to tell you that you can certainly do it. In Luke 18, verse 8, the Bible asks a very serious question that I like asking myself. It asks, when Jesus comes, will he find faith on earth? Caleb was a man of faith. In later years, after they had already entered Canaan and Joshua was distributing the land, he asked to be given a huge mountain. In Joshua 14, verse 12, the Bible says, Caleb asked, now give me this mountain that the Lord promised me that day. He asked that God or Joshua would give him that mountain because he believed that the Lord would help him. He says, but the Lord helping me, I will drive them out just as the Lord said. He was referring to the giants that possess that mountain. We have different mountains in life. These mountains may be big dreams, big challenges, a big home. I don't know what's the big thing you are dealing with in this land, but if you, like Caleb, can say, Lord, give me this mountain, I'm sure the Lord can help you possess that mountain. Yes, the people there might be powerful. The cities might be fortified and very, very large, and there might even be giants there. But I like to think that just like Caleb, anyone can possess their mountains. I think about the story of my sister. This is my younger sister. She had a big dream to pursue pharmacy in one of the universities in America. And while trying to get there, she failed in her visa examination, but she didn't give up. She just applied again. She did not have school fee initially, but somehow she had enough resilience to follow through with applications for her to get funding for her education. And somehow she has managed to keep going. She has continued going to school. And by acting in faith, she has managed to keep pursuing her dreams. And today I'd want to share with you how to just possess and overcome our mountains by faith. And faith for me is an acronym that means the following. One is the frameworks of our mind. Framework simply means our mindsets and our attitudes. You know, there are some people who will see a mountain and say, oh, this is too big, or the people here are too much for me. What's your mindset? What's your attitude about the challenges that you face? Is it too hard? Is it too much? I like saying, if you think you can't, then you truly can't. If you think you can, then you can. The second thing about faith is asking. The Bible says that we should ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door shall be opened to you. Sometimes we don't get because we simply do not ask. I think about that scholarship that I got while studying for this master's. If I didn't apply, then probably I would not have gotten it. Are you looking for a job? Are you looking for a mate? You might just need to ask. The third thing about faith is taking initiative. My husband likes to say that the price of excellence is paid in full and in advance. He says, do it all, do it well, and do it right. Whatsoever your hands find to do, the Bible says, do it with all your might, and by all means, do not play at work. A story is told about a former American astronaut who took over as the head of a major airline. He determined to make the airline service the best in the industry. So one day, as the new president walked through a particular department, he saw an employee resting his feet upon a desk while the telephone on the desk rang incessantly. Aren't you going to answer that phone? The boss demanded. This isn't my department, answered the employee nonchalantly, apparently not recognizing his new boss. I work in maintenance, he said. Not anymore, you don't, snapped the president. He was fired because his attitude was, this is not my job, so I won't do anything. Do you take initiative at your work? He who does more than what he's paid for will soon be paid for more than what he does. Faith is also having trust in God. In the book Education, an inspired writer, Ellen White, writes that faith is trusting God, believing that he loves us and knowing best what is for our good. Thus, instead of our own, it leads us to choose his way. In places of our ignorance, it accepts his wisdom. In place of our weakness, it accepts his strength. In place of our sinfulness, his righteousness. Trust in the Lord, my friends. This is one of my favorite verses. It says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways, acknowledge him and he will make your path straight. And lastly, faith is hope. I love Barack Obama's book, The Audacity of Hope. He writes and says, hope in the face of difficulty, hope in the face of uncertainty, the audacity of hope. In the end, that's God's greatest gift to us. A belief in things not seen, a belief that there are better days ahead. Friends, if you have faith, as small as a mustard seed, you can say to this mountain, move from here to there, and it will move. Nothing will be impossible for you. This reminds me of my favorite song. It says, nothing is impossible when you put your trust in God. And I know nothing will be impossible for you when you put your trust in God. So is there a mountain around you? I ask that you will overcome it by faith. God bless you.